Let's take a look at the HPVM and HPVM-PRO high-precision voltmeters from LF Audio. Both units are currently connected to my phone, so I can show the functionality of the LF Audio AuralSync app, which works on Android, iOS, tablets, and some radios. The HPVM-PRO has 4 voltage monitoring channels, while the standard HPVM has 2 voltage monitoring standards. We can see the Pro is physically larger with a larger screen. On the left, I have a potentiometer hooked up to the Pro, so we can see how we're able to detect voltage changes. Let's jump into the app and see some of the functionality that it offers. We're able to select which channels we'd like to display, see firmware and diagnostic info. Jumping into the configuration, we can see that we're able to change the different gauge faces. We can even change the colors. So let's say I'd like my green, which represents good voltage, to be, let's go with purple. Simple change, customized in the user interface. We could change the voltage ranges. So let's say I run high voltage lithium. I could change my maximum, minimum voltage ranges right in the app. There's maximum. And then the different sub-ranges in here. We could also show the secondary channel as primary. So if I lower my potentiometer to a lower voltage on the secondary channel, it can now display as my primary. So each gauge face will have a number of options customized for that specific gauge face itself. Continuing on to the third tab, you can see we could name our voltmeter. So if we're running many, we could see the appropriate name. We could enable deep sleep functionality, and I'll go ahead and I'll show how that works. We basically select the voltage that we expect our battery to be resting at, and then if we mimic with the power supply that I have connected to the voltmeter, our voltage slowly dropping as if we just turned the car off, and the car is now slowly going to sleep, we're going to see the voltmeter will actually turn off, or we'll go into deep power saving mode. However, it will continue collecting samples while it's in that low power mode. And when it comes back up, it'll tell us how low the voltage went and whether or not our battery has any issues. We could also turn on voltage min and max hold. That way the min and max on the gauge faces will show the min and max for the entire session. We also have the ability to calibrate each voltage sensing channel. So if we're running long wires from the back of our car to the voltmeter, this will allow us to compensate for that impedance or resistance in the wire. We could calibrate this with a voltmeter like a fluke and get perfect precision. Wi-Fi allows us to update the voltmeter with Wi-Fi, and in the future you'll be able to upload data directly to Wi-Fi, so you're able to view all this data on a desktop computer or your phone on a web dashboard. Depending on the firmware version you currently installed on your voltmeter, you can update the firmware either via Bluetooth in your device or Wi-Fi. Here we could see if I go into my high precision voltmeter, there's an update available. I could click the update and we could see 2.0.1 is available. We could install it with Bluetooth. The installation will then proceed to update the firmware on the device. You can see the device starting to update. So the High Precision Voltmeter Pro has gone to sleep. It's been in deep sleep mode for a little bit, and now I'm going to artificially increase the power on my power supply so we could bring it back to life. And we could see when it comes back up, it'll tell us danger, low voltage. There's a starting voltage, ending voltage, and the voltage drop that occurred during the session. The session was 30 seconds. And there it is, it's coming back up.